The 26th of November, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
Okay, so we'll begin again in Hilchis Chanukah, Siman Tov Reish Ayin Aleph Sif Hey.
Last time you want to do a beer halacha from Dalit.
I think we're gonna leave that now.
Which volume are we in? 2?
Volume Vav.
Vav. Oh, that's why I can't find it.
Towards the end, but just before Megillah.
Tov Reish
Tov Reish Ayin Hey. Ayin Aleph.
Ayin. Tov Reish.
Reish Ayin Hey.
Ayin Aleph. Excuse me.
Oh, Aleph.
Reish Ayin Aleph.
Yes.
Okay, I have it.
Would you like to read? Sif Hey.
Sif Hey. Okay, let's see. There's Dalid. There's Vav. Here's Hey. Ner Chanukah.
That's right.
Okay. Manicho al Pesach ha samuch lir rishus ha rabim mi bachutz. Okay, so the candles of Hanukkah. I don't know what manicho is.
Should be placed.
Placed.
Should be placed.
Should be placed at the door, close to the public thoroughfare from outside.
Mibachutz. I mean, on the outside. Meaning, the Pesach might think it on the inside of the Pesach. He's telling you it has to be on the outside of the Pesach.
So, what does it mean, close to the public area? Obviously, if it's outside the house, it's close to the public area.
No, not necessarily. It could be a person has a front yard or a courtyard in front of his doorway, and therefore it's going to. It could be that if the courtyard is in front of the actual doorway, so the question would be: do you place it by the door? Or you place it by the Pesach, which is leading out to the area, which is the public area. So you place it to the closest to the public area rather than a personal private area.
So in other words, if you have a front yard, then it means you put it at the edge of the front yard, not at the door, correct?
Right. He's going to explain. He's going to continue on. Hold on. We'll be continue on.
Im habayis pesuach lirshus harabim manicho al pischo. If the house, the opening, Pesuach is the opening.
Right. If the house opens directly to the Rosh Hashanah,
then place it in the opening.
Right. Meaning right at the opening to the doorway. The door goes directly out to the Rosh Hashanah, so you place it there by the doorway.
Right. Ve'im yesh chatzer lifnei habayis. If there is a front yard in front of the house, manicho al pesach hachetzer. Place it at the doorway to the front yard.
Right, because the chutzner is what's leading out to the Rosh Hashanah now, right? So the general rule, we'll see this in the Mishna Berura. The general rule is you want the placement of the menorah to be put in the area where it's going to have the greatest persumi nisa, where you're going to be able to publicize the miracle through the lighting of the menorah in the greatest way, where you have the greatest exposure.
Right. Right. So I think I've been doing mine wrong.
Why is that? What's the situation?
Well, I have my front door opens up to a walkway, which is about 100 feet from the street.
Okay,
And I've always put it in front of the doorway, where it can be seen from the street, but it's a distance away. Now, the walkway itself is my private property, but there are a lot of people who use it. They use it to get to the park, which is behind my house. In other words, I have the street is here, and the
right,
house is here, and the park is over here.
okay,
So people walk from the street past my house through another door to the park. But we put a lock on that back door, and we only let people who live in the building go through, which is quite a few people, because there's 5 large families in our building.
uh-huh.
So I
So
don't
that's,
know if that's a public thoroughfare or not.
well, okay, so the question is, so there are people who are passing through the walkway from your building.
Right.
Meaning that you put it by the exit, you have a private exit from your building? Is it a public exit from your building?
Well, we made it private by putting a lock on it, and we only
No,
give
I mean,
combination of the lock.
is it private to you? Is it or is it public to the building residents?
It's private to me. And I made an agreement with the building residents that I would let them use it.
Mhm. Well, what they have their own private keys for that?
It's a combination. I only give the combination to the people who live in the building.
Right, okay, I understand. So, and let's see, at the end of that walkway, when it goes out to the actual street, is there some type of a doorway or gate somehow going outside to the door, the Rishus Harabim?
Yes, there is. I could put it out there, but it would be difficult because there's a gate, and right next to the gate is a stairway that goes up to the other apartments in the building. So I can't put it in front of the gate, obviously, because I wouldn't be able to go in and out. I can't put it in front of the stairway because they wouldn't be able to go in and out. I could put it next to the stairway, which would not be near the gate. It would be in front of my house. There's a railing there that marks off the edge of my property.
Mhm.
I could put it against the railing.
I see. Okay, all right, it's hard to say actually. You have to really take a look at the situation. It's hard. I mean, I'm getting a fuzzy picture of what you're describing, but it's hard to say what actually to do without someone actually seeing what's actually there.
Right.
What do other people in the area do?
What?
What do other people do
What
from
do
your
other
building?
people do? Nobody puts their Chanukia in front of the property. I
A lot of people
don't know what they
inside.
do actually. What?
A lot of people make light by the windows or on the table. I'm not sure what, again, I'm not sure
Yeah.
what they're accustomed to do.
In the past years, we have tenants that live downstairs below us. Their situation is even worse because their front door doesn't face anything that's public.
Right.
So what they have always done is they've just come up and set up their little table right next to where we have our Chanukia.
Right.
So that's one answer to the question, what other people do. The other 4 families, I don't know exactly what they do. Maybe, like you say, maybe they put it in the window.
Yeah, could be.
The other thing to do is to ask the Rav in the area what to do and get his stock.
I can't understand you.
To get a opinion from a Rav who lives in the area.
Yeah,
Ask him what.
I have a posek. I can ask my posek. I'll ask him.
That's a good idea. Usually you should depend on somebody who knows. Because he can then come and take a look at it and say, aha, you should do it here instead of here.
Yeah, he's very good. I'll ask him. Robert Bradowitz, you've referred him to me before.
Yeah, sure. That again, like you have to be careful how you describe the situation. You have to decide whether he wants to take a look at it or not.
Right.
He may tell you to light inside. I don't know. I have to see what he says.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, now I'm alerted to the fact that I have potential problems, so I'll go ahead and pursue it. Thank you.
Okay.
So,
let's see further.
pardon?
Let's see further in the Mechaber.
Okay. So, let's see.
Ubishas Sakana. That's
I lost my place. Oh shit.
Yeah. Ubishas Sakana, right?
V'im hayat dar. Is that where we were?
Fine, good. That's also good. Yeah, Imay Dar Bali. If a person lives on the upstairs level.
Upstairs level. She'ain lo pesach pesuach l'reshus harabim, that he doesn't have a door that opens into the reshus harabim. Manicho bechalon ha-samuch l'reshus harabim. Place it in a window that is close to the public area.
Right.
Uvishas hasakana she'ein o rashai likayem ha-mitzvah. But if, let's see, in a time when there is a danger, you're not permitted to fulfill the mitzvah. Manicho al shulchano vidav.
Vidayo, and that's
Vidayo. Placing it on a table is sufficient.
right.
So if you're afraid that if you put it in the window, an anti-Semite is going to attack you, then put it inside your house on a table.
Right.
V'tzarich ner acher lehish tamesh le'oro. And tzarich, you need it requires another candle to use what's laoro to lose the light.
To be able to use the light, right?
You have to have at least one other candle, the shamash, in other words, so that you're not in danger of using the light of the Hanukkah candles.
Right.
Ve'im yesh medura ein tzarich ner acher. And if there is a fireplace, you're not required to have another candle. Ve'im hu adam chashuv she'ein darko lehish tamesh leor ha madura, and if he is an important person, that it's not his way to use the light,
of the fireplace, meaning
of the fireplace.
he usually has a candelabra on his table that he uses light to use when he's eating or he's reading or something.
Tzarich ner acher. Then he needs another candle even if he has a fireplace.
Right.
Okay.
We'll see what the Mishnah Berurah is going to explain the need for the ner acher.
Okay, should I go to the Mishnah Berura now?
Yeah, we have some time. We'll start it. That'll begin
Mishnah Berura.
with Chaf Aleph.
Sif Katan Olive. Let's see if I can find that.
Chaf Aleph, 21.
Kaf Olive. Kaf. Etzba.
No,
I have a million little numbers here. It's very hard to find.
you want the big one. You want
It
the
should
big
be the
one next
second
to-
line of Mishna.
by the hay. It should be a hay.
Mibachutz? Mibachutz?
That's right, exactly.
Okay. Mishum Parsume Nisa. So it has to be outside because of publicizing the miracle. V'kam fa reish v'kmefaresh v'azel ketzad, and the explanation. What is azel?
We'll be going through. We'll Kinefarish for Azaz will be explained as follows.
Will explain as follows: Im habayis kule.
Right. That's what he's going to be explaining. So, but it's important here. Take a look in the Sharatzi and Chav Zayin.
Share Tzion.
At the bottom.
Okay. Share Tzion.
Actually, should be Chav Zayin. Yeah, Chav Zayin. Right.
Okay. Let's see. I don't see Kaf Zayin. Maybe it's on the next page. Share Tzion.
It should be on the same page, Lou.
Don't see it. I see Kaf Dalid.
Oh, keep going, man.
If that's the right one. Share Tzion. Share.
It's, the
Share.
first line is in my edition. It's the first line in the bottom section of the.
I
page.
see it. De'im Haya.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. De'im Haya Pesach Ha Aliyah Pesuach Lechatzer Haya Mi Manicha Al Pesach HaChetzer Shehu Pesuach L'Rishus Harabim. So if it is that there's a doorway Ha'aliyah above,
For the aliyah, let's say sometimes you'll have a upper story, and they have a doorway, an independent doorway, which leads directly out to the outside. Let's say you have an outside staircase.
Okay. My neighbors have that. That opens to the courtyard. You can place it in the doorway of the courtyard that that opens to the public area.
Right.
V'im haya Pesach ha'aliyah pesuach l'reshus harabim haya mi manicha al haPesach. So if the upper opening, the upper doorway opens to the public area, then it can be placed in that doorway.
Right, so you see here in the contrast, it all depends to where the doorway is opening up to. Is it opening up to a chutzner? Is it opening up to a Rosh Hashanah? So then the general rule is we always try and find the greatest greatest point of interest, because you want to attract people's interest. We'll see there's going to be a halacha that the height of the menorah can't be too high and it can't be too low, because you want to attract people's interest in the menorah, and they have to be able to recognize it as being a special light, which is being lit not for the sake of light, but for the sake of what we call the Persumi Nisa. So therefore, it has to be placed in specific areas, specific distances, and here they've been discussing here the being adjacent to the opening of the house or the opening of the chutzner. So this is the general rule. Wherever you're going to have the highest amount of Persumi Nisa, that's where you're going to place the mezuzah, the menorah. And we'll get into the question of the mezuzah as well. That'll be another factor, whether or not you have sometimes you'll have mezuzahs on the doorway, but you won't have a mezuzah on the necessarily on the gate to the chutzner leading out to the Rosh Hashanah. And then the question is, what do you do then? Because we'll see there's a special halacha about having the mezuzah adjacent to the menorah.
Yeah, that's my situation also. I have a mezuzah on my door, but the gate does not have a lintel, so there's no mezuzah on the gate.
Right, no mezuzah there. Okay, good. That's something that's a secondary consideration. That has to be mentioned also. Right.
Yeah, I'm developing a really nice question here.
Okay, very good. All right, if you get a hold of Rabbi Bradowitz, let me know what he advises you to do. I'd be interested.
Okay, yeah, I will. I'm going to make a drawing and photograph it and email it to him.
Right.
Very good. Okay, Yashkarach, Lou.
Everyone have a good day.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Rabbi.
Have a good day.
We'll see you all tomorrow, Mr. Shem.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Bye now.
Shalom, bye. Okay,
Thank you.
have a good day.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Sure, have a good day.